How much do you know about the U.S. legal system? Take this quiz and find out. This quiz is multiple choice, true or false, and yes or no. Do your best and learn something along the way. Let's get started. Oh, and if you like this quiz, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, all you legal eagles, here we go. An agreement between two or more persons that creates an obligation to do or not to do a particular thing is called There is no such thing as third-degree murder charge in most states. The idea of a third-degree murder charge only exists in which 3 states? An appellate court has the power to review the judgment of another lower court or tribunal. A crime carrying a penalty of at least 1 year in prison is called a felony. A claim that a defendant makes against a plaintiff is called a Involuntary manslaughter involves an intentional killing that results from planning within minutes prior to the crime. When someone says or recounts events that they believe happened, they are making what is called a law that sets the time within which parties must take action to enforce their right is called statute of limitation. A summary judgment is a decision made on the basis of trial testimony presented for the record. A trial without a jury in which a judge decides the facts is called The standard required to convict a criminal defendant of a crime is Does the jury get to see all discovery in a case? Money paid by defendants to successful plaintiffs in civil cases to compensate the plaintiffs for their injuries is called Can a felony be punishable by death? A judgment rendered because of the defendant's failure to answer or appear is called Criminal homicide is divided into two broad categories, murder and manslaughter, based upon the state of mind and intent of the person who commits the homicide. Can a federal civil jury consist of 4 to 8 members? A written statement of facts, confirmed by the oath of the party making it, is called a grand jury. Is a body of citizens who listen to evidence of criminal allegations, which are presented by the government, and determines whether there is probable cause to believe the offense was committed. There are no consequences for not responding to a subpoena. An out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of whatever it asserts, which is then offered in evidence to prove the truth of the matter, is called preliminary hearings, and grand jury hearings are basically the same thing. A defendant's plea allowing him to assert his innocence, but allows the court to sentence the defendant without conducting a trial, is called a preliminary hearing, also called a probable cause hearing, is an adversarial proceeding conducted by a judge or magistrate to determine if the prosecution has enough evidence to go to trial. An amount of suspicion leading one to believe certain facts are probably true is called probable cause. A request made after a trial, asking another court to decide whether the trial was conducted properly, is called security given for the release of a criminal defendant or witness from legal custody to secure their appearance on the day and time appointed is called The Fourth Amendment requires probable cause for the issuance of an arrest or search warrant. Pro se and pro per refer to one who defends himself. In a civil case, you must have a lawyer in order to sue someone. Capital murder is first-degree murder under special circumstances. It is called capital because it has only two possible penalties: capital punishment, the death penalty, and life in prison without the possibility of parole. First-degree murder is the most serious form of homicide. It requires an intentional murder that is willful and premeditated with malice aforethought. If appropriate, a court may charge you with contempt of court, imposing a fine of $2,000 plus 1 year in prison. An oral statement made before an officer authorized by law to administer oaths and examine potential witnesses, to obtain discovery, or to be used later in trial is called a Can jurors be kept hidden or anonymous from court view and the media? How well did you do? I hope you found this quiz both entertaining and educational. If you like this quiz, play another. There are many great quizzes on this channel. Until next time.